you get on the Pilot TVs, Player Connect apps, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch. So make sure you guys are sending messages on those streams, and we'll shoot you out some luck for checking in.
That's right, but we have been sending out a lot of those brand new Pilot TVs to a lot of new places. Some of those places include the Scoops Pub and Grill, Muddy Cow Coon Rapids, Chanticleer Pizza Coon Rapids, Bricks Pub and Grub, American Legion Chaska, the Happy Hour Inn, The Corner, the Howling Dog Pub, Andy's Bar and Grill, Oldenburg Brewing Company, and Lindsay's Barbecue and Grill.
Yeah, good job to all those locations getting Pilot TVs, and hopefully you guys can take home some jackpots on today. We got some nice ones on the line, as we got a $55 minor prize, 52 balls or less, a major prize of $2,817 you can take home in 50 balls or less, and a mega prize of $35,758 you can take home in 48 balls or less. Definitely some great stuff there as we are getting after in this game number 1. And we're hoping to be able to give out some jackpots, as we've given out quite a few jackpots over the last week, 22 over the last 7 days, and 167 jackpots during this season 13.
Yeah, that's right. And contributing to that yesterday, it was Gwen over at Friends Bar and Restaurant, taking home the biggest jackpot, $7,173 going out to Gwen. And then picking up the second one of the day and the last one, it was Terry S. over at Isle of Dreams, winning $846. Nice job to Gwen and Terry S., both of the jackpot winners from yesterday.
We do have Shell over at Jasper's Cherokee Sirloin, taking home a nice Musco prize of $14.40 in this game number 1. As we are getting enrolled in this game number 2, that minor prize will be clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less, and that mega and major just growing in monetary amount. So make sure you guys are getting enrolled. Press and play, 2 minutes and 20 seconds to do so. But we do have a new E-Tab game we need to highlight. It's been about 3 weeks since we released this E-Tab game, and it's called Lucky Star. You can see if you can win big in the Wild Star bonus round. It's a lot of fun, and we always love those new E-Tab games, so definitely check that one out.
Oh, 100%. But if you want to keep up with any of those new releases, give us a like and follow on our Facebook. Search up Pilot Games and you'll see our logo. That way you can see weekly bingo schedules, event details and reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and a lot more than that too. You can also click the website link on our Facebook to see our link tree, which has links to bar locations, other social media pages, and a lot more stuff than that too.
Oh yeah, I have to say I appreciate link trees. I think they're really, really nice. Whenever I'm trying to find somebody's other stuff, I'm like, okay, well, I don't really want to follow them on this social media, so let's see if I can find them on this social media and see if I like the stuff they post here, kind of thing, or whatever it is. I appreciate a good link tree, and so definitely check out ours. This is good as well. We got 1 minute and 20 seconds to get enrolled in this upcoming game. And as you guys are getting enrolled, we'll talk about the games we'll be playing throughout today. We'll be playing this game day bingo from 12 to 1. One game of Lucky 4 bingo right at 1 p.m. That's when me and John leave off with you guys as you guys are getting enrolled into that game. $82,470 available in that game of Lucky 4. But after that, you get into more game day bingo prizes, where if we don't give out some of these prizes during this 12 to 1 time, they'll just be growing and rolling over into that 1 to 4 time that leads you into happy hour bingo.
That's right. And of course, the second chance of Lucky 4 bingo of the day kicks off the happy hour bingo right at 4 p.m. Over $82,000 could be available on the line if it doesn't go out during the first chance. And of course, all the way from 4 to 6 p.m. after the first chance of Lucky 4, we do have Skull Bingo running all through that time. The line prize is starting things off at $511 and 10 balls or less to win. That large frame jackpot is at $5,499 and 43 balls or less to win. And the coverall jackpot is at $42,990 and 50 balls or less to win. So definitely try and get out there during the happy hour bingo. Try and get a chance at all those, and including the third and final chance of Lucky 4 bingo right at 6 p.m.
Oh yeah, definitely some great stuff there. And it's going to be me and John here for the happy hour, and it should be a lot of fun, as it feels like we've had some pretty good luck the last few times we've been on happy hour together, giving out a lot of jackpots. So hopefully you guys can be some some of those great jackpot winners on this Friday. But ending off the day, we'll have from 6 all the way till 10 o'clock, a little bit of unhosted game day bingo action. Well, you'll have your final opportunities at that mega, major, and minor prize, wherever they left off after that 4 o'clock opportunity of game day bingo. Should be some great stuff to end off that Friday. Just a little reminder that whatever it leaves off at 10 o'clock, that minor prize still will revert back to 52 balls or less at the start of every day, meaning that it's always fun at the start of the day to get after some game day bingo as those prizes grow. That minor prize usually grows to its biggest during the morning of game day bingo.
Yeah, 100%. So definitely check it out. Try and get a chance at them. But, of course, a couple times a week we do have those PGL specialty nights, and they're always a lot of fun. The biggest gaming night of the week, MegaSota Game Night, starts at 6:40 like it does every single Tuesday. We got a lot of great PGL games packed into that time, so definitely check them out, including the final game of Jackpot Jungle. At the end of the night, you get that grand finale, and on the coverall jackpot and 54 balls or less to win, you could win $9,718 if you come in next Tuesday, so definitely try and get a chance at it on that MegaSota Game Night. But of course, the very following night, it's none other than Wild Wednesday. It goes from 7 to 9 like it does every single Wednesday. We got a lot of other great PGL games stuffed into this night as well, including some high and low PGL tournament games, and those are always a lot of fun. So where the biggest winner wins the same prize as the biggest loser. That's definitely a great shakeup to have, I feel like. So let me check out MegaSota Game Night and Wild Wednesday happening every single week, every Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, we need some people to come out for Wild Wednesday. Send some luck over to our Minnesota Wild, as they've been dropping quite a few games. We need them to get back on that winning streak, as they felt like they had gotten on a good string of things, and now it's been back to losing once again. So we need luck heading over to our Wild. We do have a great must-go prize going out to Bud over at Good Times Restaurant, taking home $15.70. Good job, Bud, in this game number 2 of Game Day Bingo. We'll now be getting enrolled into a game number 3.
Awesome stuff. But of course, following all of our awesome bingo that we got going on every day, we do have some national days to get into, and these are unique to today.
Yeah.
Starting it off, we got National Cream Cheese Brownie Day. This day shines a spotlight on an irresistible dessert bar. Combining chocolate and cream cheese has long been a favorite in the bakery. When it's added to a brownie recipe, the results are spectacular. Definitely a good one. I will definitely enjoy a cream cheese brownie.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had a cream cheese brownie before, but
kind of like marble.
yeah, it looks super, super good, and I mean, can't go wrong with it. I mean, cream cheese and brownie feels like a great combination right there. And I've seen these before for sure. I just don't think I've ever ended up trying one.
I feel like at that point, it's just like cheesecake.
It does kind of look like just a chocolate cheesecake.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably what it would end up tasting like.
Yeah, yeah, and that would be pretty tasty.
Yeah.
I don't think I would be against that whatsoever.
I
A
agree.
good old brownie cheesecake, not too bad. Throw that into a little bit of, like an ice cream thing. I feel like I'd get even more excited.
Yeah, 100%. So definitely get out there, get a cream cheese brownie on this day. It's a good one to celebrate. Maybe even try and make them yourself.
Yeah.
But of course, we do have 2 more awesome national days to get into.
Yeah, next one up is National Home Warranty Day. On February 10th, reminds us to protect the vital appliances and components of our homes.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely important to protect your home. You don't want to have any kind of bad thing happen and not be prepared. And so that's a big one, home warranty today. So make sure you look at a home warranty maybe on today. Or if you can
Do what you gotta do.
improve your home warranty, whatever it is that it
Just
is.
read it for fun if you already got one.
Exactly. I've heard they're good reads, so
100%. I
so
agree.
might as well. Fine print, I heard, is the best part of the entire pamphlet you get. But definitely awesome stuff. Happy National Home Warranty Day.
100%. But of course, we do have one last cool national day to get into, and this one is National Umbrella Day. This day casts a little shade on February 10th. The day honors one of the world's most useful inventions, the umbrella.
Oh, yeah, definitely an awesome one on today. Umbrellas, they help so much. I'm always one that is missing an umbrella wherever I go, and so I'm always upset whenever I go outside. I'm like, man, I wish I just kept an umbrella in the back of my car at all times. Like, and Jordy, she's so good about it, and so I'm always appreciative that she brings around a umbrella that we can use whenever we're going somewhere. But if it's ever just by myself, I never end up bringing an umbrella, which is always disappointing.
Yeah, I got like 3 different umbrellas in my car.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Wait, I'd actually know that because I've seen the back of your car, and there's like 3 of them stuffed right into like the corner of them.
Can never be too ready.
No, you have different sizes too. You don't just have like one giant one. You do have a giant one.
I got like one for sprinklers and one for like tsunamis.
Exactly. You're prepared for everything. So that's the kind of umbrella friend you need in your life. You got 24 balls dropped in this game number 3. We got players already 11 balls away, and so we'll keep on getting after it. But I feel like there's a lot of iconic characters in cinema that have rocked umbrellas. Let's try and look up and find some of them.
I feel like Pink Panther had one that was like pink, like, and he used it for things.
Maybe.
I don't know though. I could just be because like I watched that cartoon when I was so young. I just like misremember so many things about it. I feel like.
Yes.
But umbrella, I mean, like you can reference the Rihanna song "Umbrella." It was very, very famous.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the first thing I think of when I saw this day. Let's see, famous and infamous celebrity umbrellas.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah, that's
obvious.
The biggest one.
That is,
I'm surprised I didn't think of that.
Yeah, that's the number one. That's probably the first one that I thought of when I was thinking of them, and I'll do because Mary Poppins is just iconic for that umbrella.
Let's see. The Beatles. Yeah, they did take a lot of pictures with umbrellas, didn't they?
So they had some really good umbrellas.
My Neighbor Totoro. Yeah,
that is
a very iconic picture.
With her in the rain. Is that Totoro?
Yeah, I think that's just straight up like that. Yeah.
The creature is called Totoro.
Yeah.
Lost in Translation. She rocks an umbrella. Apparently, I don't think I've ever seen Lost in Translation, so maybe I'll have to watch that to see it.
Queen Elizabeth rocks a lot of umbrellas, or she did. So
yes.
really, really cool stuff. Very cool. But Rihanna was another one. But we do have Rich over at Schiffler's Liquor taking away $23.80 on the Must Go. Nice job to you, Rich. The Kingsmen, yeah, they had a lot of different umbrellas in there, I feel
Yes, and they were all different spy equipment. Yeah. That was a good one. Blade Runner had an iconic umbrella. The Penguin. When Danny DeVito played the Penguin, he had a lot of umbrellas. He had an actual barrel full of umbrellas.
That's right. Pretty cool
awesome.
stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of iconic different umbrellas going on.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff there. Do you have a favorite type of umbrella? Do you like the big giant ones? The just nice little personal ones?
Probably just like the medium ones. You can fit at least another person.
Yeah, those are the best size umbrellas. Too big, it's too much to lug around. We got 2 minutes to get enrolled in this game number 4. That minor prize is now clicked up to 58 balls or less on that minor. Should be some great stuff. $137 available there.
Awesome stuff. But we do have a little bit of Minnesota Twins news to get into following our national days. So find a way to celebrate all those national days at the same time as usual.
Oh, yeah.
But of course, for the Twins, should the Twins sign Luke Voit? The former MVP candidate has had a rough couple of years, but he could fill a big need for the Twins. With the free agent market all but dried up, Luke Voit has been speculated as a potential fit for the Minnesota Twins. Theoretically, he could be. The Twins are heavy on left-handed bats and short on first base depth, with Jose Miranda taking over third base and Alex Kirilloff's unreliable wrist. A right-handed slugging first baseman could be just what the doctor ordered. In the COVID-shortened 2020 season, in just 56 games, Voit hit a career-high 22 home runs with a .948 OPS, while finishing 9th in MVP voting. That season was so unique that it's hard to extrapolate anything from it, but any player hitting 22 dings in a 60-game stretch deserves a look.
Yeah, definitely does. I think that's an awesome one. It's kind of a win scenario. If he doesn't work out, he just doesn't play first base. He doesn't play a lot for us, and we just send him to our minors. And he probably isn't too expensive to sign on to a contract, as he had a few rough years. But if you can somehow pull the 2020 version of him out of there, you end up with an elite bat, with a guy that can play a position that we're light on. It feels like a perfect solution for us.
Yeah, 100%. So definitely could see that happening. Hopefully we continue to make moves and make our team better getting into the season. So definitely some good stuff to look forward to from the Twins. But of course, as you guys know, we here at Pilot Games have teamed up with the Minnesota Twins. You can play the E-Tab game, Twins Win Today, wherever Pilot Games are played. Definitely check it out. Let us know what you think. It is a fun one, including all of our other sports E-Tab games as well.
Yeah, only place where you can find a Twins-themed E-Tab game here at Pilot Games. We do have balls dropping in this game number 4 of Game Day Bingo. Minor prize $142, 58 balls or less. Major prize $2,887. You can take home in 50 balls or less. And the mega prize of $35,827. You can take home in 48 balls or less. If you take home any of these prizes, even the must-go prize, you are taking home some points towards the Game Day Bingo standings, which we didn't have any kind of big shakeups in these Game Day Bingo standings, but there's a lot of ties, a lot of close races, and a lot of shakeups that could be happening very soon within these standings.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, starting it off for these players, we already have a 3-way tie in 8th place between Mike over at Big Louie's Bar and Grill in New Brighton, Jim Rocks over at Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards, Brother Nate over at Chart House. They all have 19,000 points in 8th place. In 7th place, it's Bug over at the Toy Box Saloon with 20,000 points, only 1,000 ahead of that 3-way tie. In 6th place, it's Bucko over at Green Lantern with 22,000 points. In 4th place, it's a 2-way tie between Funk over at Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards, and 1308 over at Red Fox Tavern. They both have 23,000 points in 4th place. In 3rd place, it's Bowl over at Corner Bar and Goodhue with 32,000 points. 2nd place, joining the 50,000 point club along with 1st, it's Tanya over at Plum's Neighborhood Bar and Eatery with 50,000 points. In 1st place, it's Bobo over Corner Bar and Goodhue, only about 3,000 points ahead with 53,000 points, but for now sitting pretty in 1st place.
Yeah, good job to all of our players killing it in Game Day Bingo, especially Bobo and Tanya already in that 50,000 point club. On the location side of the standings, though, in 10th place, moved from unranked to 10th. We got HR Pesties with 33,000 points. Getting bumped out of 8th place into 9th, we got Sherwood Lounge with 37,000 points. Before we get into the next player, we do have a winner here, just barely missing out on the minor prize.
That's right. Steve over at Scoops Pub and Grill taking that one in 59 balls. That is a must-go at $30.10. Going right to you, Steve. Nice job to you.
Yep, but getting back into these Game Day Bingo standings while you guys are getting enrolled into a game number 5. In 8th place, breaking out of that tie with Sherwood Lounge, getting sole possession of 8th place. It's Lincoln Depot with 38,000 points. 41,000 points in 7th place, we got VFW Spring Lake Park. 6th place is Shady's Railside with 43,000 points. With 46,000 points in 5th place, we have Outtakes, and that's what leads us right into the 50,000 point club. As 4th place, we got Plum's Neighborhood Bar and Eatery with exactly 50,000 points. With 54,000 points in 3rd place, we have Chart House. 2nd place is Corner Bar Goodhue with 89,000 points. And then the only location in the 100,000 point club is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 102,000 points.
Looking pretty good for the top 10 locations and players, so keep it up, everybody. But of course, in the E-Tab side of things, things are looking really good too. We got a ton of different E-Tab games you guys can try out, and they're not scheduled, so you can play them whenever, wherever. There's over 70 different choices that you can try out, so definitely let us know which one is your favorite. You can play them anytime to win huge prizes up to $1,500. All of those games have small bets between 50 cents and $5 and awesome bonus and free play rounds on top of that. So definitely try it out. Let us know which one you are playing right now. But right now we're listening to Nugget Chasers, which is a really good choice. So
yeah,
check it out.
Yeah, we love all of the E-Tab games. Nugget Chasers is definitely a fun one, as you can go do that gold bonus, the Nugget Chaser bonus. It's all a lot of fun. Do you have a favorite E-Tab game? Well, actually, let's not do favorite E-Tab game. I feel like that's too boring. Let's do, what E-Tab game would you have as your dodgeball team?
Definitely Diesel Freaks.
Diesel Freaks. I feel like they're too like gumpy and like they wouldn't have good movement. They wouldn't have good movement for me. Yeah. And I feel like the obvious choice would be Go for Gold, and I'm just not gonna go for that one because it's just like why would I pick that? I'll choose.
I'll change mine to Going Bananas.
That is a great. You get power, you get agility with the gorillas. I mean, that's an amazing pick right there, and Ben would approve very much so. I'm gonna go with then. Gosh, there's a lot of good ones.
There
And
is.
I'm going to go with one just because I feel like it'd be funny to see them in a dodgeball team. And that is going to be Make It Rain, as it has
Nice.
all the founding fathers in that game. And they would be hilarious playing dodgeball.
100%, definitely a good pick. So check it out. Pick your dodgeball team right now. Let us know which one you would choose. But we do have a little bit of music history to get into. We got a couple little tidbits happening on this day in music history, and happening all the way back in 2008. Famous spaghetti western composer Ennio Morricone and Bruce Springsteen win the Grammy Award for Best Rock Instrumental. Springsteen covered Morricone's classic Once Upon a Time in the West.
Ah, that's awesome stuff. Definitely a fun one in music history, as it's always cool whenever someone can add to another person's, musical legacy. As you got one good song, then you get someone doing a really good other version of it. I feel like those are always a lot of fun, especially when they're done correctly.
Yeah, 100%.
Now I feel like I get annoyed with not the fact that people are redoing other songs. It's that they make the exact same song, but just change the lyrics up and just change it up just enough to just like have it still like be whatever the popular song is, but just change it slightly enough so that's their song. I'm not a fan of the lack of individuality in music right now being released. I feel like. Do you feel like do you disagree with that statement?
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of original music being made right now. There's a lot of different genres.
I'm just talking about the, major pop, but that's probably always been the case of, like, the major pop has always been a copycat of each other.
Yeah, especially, when you go mainstream, there's just a formula that's always trying to be copied and made and that sort of thing. So.
Yeah. I feel like that at one point, though, there was more individual, like, sounding songs at the top of the charts all the time. But definitely awesome stuff. And today, next up in Music Day in history, this one is probably the most annoying day in music history, as in 2011, the video for Rebecca Black's song Friday is uploaded to YouTube, where it becomes a viral smash.
Yeah, keyword on smash. It was not really well received by anybody.
But it became a meme,
Yeah.
and so it got played all the time.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of the most played YouTube videos
Yeah.
of all time, kind of deal.
100%. I just feel so bad for her from all the backlash she got from it.
Did
for
she
no
get a
reason.
lot of backlash
Yeah,
for it?
Yeah, literally, like she got death threats all the time and that sort of thing. It was crazy.
I feel bad for her.
No, I
then.
know she was only like 14. I think.
Yeah, like
it's
that
really
was just
crazy.
she was just putting out a song on YouTube. Like what? We got rich over at Ernie's on Gold Lake, taking home a must-go prize of $45.30, missing out on that minor prize by one ball once again in this round, meaning that in this game number 6, 62 balls or less for that minor jackpot, over $200 available and only growing as you guys continue to get enrolled.
That's right. But yeah, Rebecca Black's song Friday was uploaded on this day and went crazy. She ended up, I think, making 2 other songs Saturday and Sunday. Yeah.
Did she?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I think she definitely did Saturday. I don't know about the
Okay,
other
so
one.
she kind of built off of the fame
Yeah,
that the
it
first song
wasn't-
had.
She didn't get nearly as much hate afterwards because it was like a few years later, and
Oh.
most of the people grew up
Oh,
that were
yeah.
like, sending all
Because
the
it was all
negative
like
stuff.
high school, middle school kids that were being idiots
It was just
with
a
the
meme
song.
to hate on it. It was
Yeah.
like when Justin Bieber had Baby out.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's the kind of song that your older sibling would pull up to pick you up in, and then they would blast it over the radio, and then you have to like walk up to the car while Friday is playing, like, and you're just so embarrassed as a little kid that your sister would pick you up with that song blasting in the car. It's fun stuff. Well, definitely some fun music days in history on today. But if you guys want to be a fun PGL player, you got to sign up at PGL.world and become a member of our league. That way, when you're playing those PGL points, you can earn points to try and get into our top 10 standings. Not only that, but you can also get access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a lot of great info in it.
Yeah, 100%. So definitely check it out. But we do have a brand new list of new PGL members to get into. And starting it off, it is Mary 8. Then we have 21, 14 Daddy. We got Terry, No Whammies, J-Poc, K-Dog, The Dude, Cruisin', Good Vibes, D-Fines, Me, 56001, Oh Hi, It's a Me, Miss Frizz, DJ Jeffy, Trex, Trex Lent, and Top Shelf, wrapping things up.
Yeah, good job to all of those players getting signed up. What did you think of the NBA trade deadline?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Do you think it was one of the craziest trade deadlines that you've watched happen?
Yeah, I think in the recent years for sure. It's really crazy.
I feel like the trade deadline's always getting crazier and crazier every single year because players have become a lot less loyal to their teams, and so teams are a lot less loyal to them, and they just are like, okay, we'll trade you away once you get old and unproductive and everything like that. And so you see a bunch of people getting traded around. Surprising amount of second-round draft picks getting traded. It was a lot of them getting moved around.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I saw a lot of trades involving over 3 second-rounders, and it was really interesting to see. Everybody was really trade happy at the deadline for some reason. It was really interesting to see.
Yeah, and it wasn't just star players getting moved around. That was the big deal thing.
A lot of different dudes, yeah.
Yeah, role players getting moved to different teams, which I'm happy. I want to see more deals like that done where a bunch of role players get traded around, because there's a lot of times where those role players, they get into a different situation and they bring it to a next level, and you're like, wow, what were they doing? They were just role players over with Portland. Why are they a star here at whatever new team that they're at?
Yeah.
And so I'm always interested to see how is Mo Bamba going to do with the Lakers now that he's out of Orlando, which has always been kind of a dysfunctional franchise. Now that he's paired up with some really star-studded teammates.
Yeah, 100%. It's going to be interesting to see. I know Josh Hart, I think he's going to do really good on the Knicks. I think, what was his name? Thomas Bryant. I think he's going to end up being good for the Nuggets, coming off the bench, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's really interesting stuff. I think James Wiseman, he might end up doing some pretty good stuff in Detroit. It just kind of depends on what they end up doing with the current centers they have now.
Yeah, Sadiq Bey over with Atlanta.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. But we did talk a little bit about how I think the preferable destination for him, individually, was probably Golden State. But they wanted to pass up on him and take some draft picks instead. So
yeah,
it was a weird one.
Yeah, it definitely was a weird one. We do have 53 balls dropped on this one. We got players still in line to be able to take home this minor prize. Last little bit, which team do you think improved the most at the trade deadline?
Oh, the Suns, yeah.
The Suns improved the most? Getting KD is just such a big ad for them.
I think the Suns really improved. I think the Timberwolves, I think, did improve, to be honest. I think that they got just a little bit better. I think especially this kind of enables Anthony Edwards to start to take that official next step. You know what I mean? Like he's kind of the dude on the team officially now. But before we get into it, we do have Mindy May over at Benton Station, Stan over at TB3s, Joy over at Scardus Bar, Bobby C over at Gabe's by the Lake. All of them splitting up $61.70 and making that jackpot move on into the next game, getting bigger and better than before, now at 64 balls or less to win. So definitely try and get out there. This jackpot is going to be going out in this next game. That's like a 99% guarantee. But of course.
Yeah, just talking about the trade that our Timberwolves picking up Mike Conley, which was the big name that we got. But also, I think what's his name is a really good wing defender and could end up getting some small forward minutes for us, as he's been bounced around the league quite a few times. I'm forgetting what his name was, but the other player we picked up.
Nikhil Alexander.
Yes.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
He's one of those guys. He's bounced around the league, but high upside, good defense, and everything like that. I can't believe that minor prize didn't go out in this game. $345 available heading into this game number 7. 1 minute and 45 seconds to get enrolled as we continue talking about the NBA trade deadline. But you've kind of talked me into the fact that I've completely changed my tone. I hated the trade when it initially happened. My instant reaction was like, no, this trade sucks. There's no way this is going to be good whatsoever. D'Angelo Russell does everything that Mike Conley does, but at a higher level, kind of deal. And then I started to think about it in your aspect of where you were talking about Mike Conley needs the ball in his hands less, and he brings the same passing ability. And we don't need the offensive ability that D'Angelo Russell brings. Let him be passing it out to other guys that have offensive skills, like Jaden McDaniels, who I'd love to see take that next step offensively, get it out to Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert. We have a lot of offensive threats. Picking up a guy who can pass it without having to have a lot of dribbles is absolutely huge for our Twins.
Yeah, no,
Timberwolves.
Yeah, it is really big. And honestly, I don't think that D'Angelo Russell was good for the team either. I think he really disliked Rudy Gobert, and it was very, very open about it. He would go around kind of talking. It was it wasn't like I know people were saying it wasn't like the Jimmy Butler situation that we had a few years ago, but he would literally kind of like talk about the issues that Rudy Gobert was experiencing on the floor, like very openly, and kind of just like very frustrated with them, kind of thing.
Oh.
So he would whatchamacallit, what? Oh, he said, "Hey, look, Rudy Go." Oh, okay. So somebody said, "Look, Rudy Gobert's a $40 million player. We just got to figure out a way to make this happen." But I think there was a lot of things where somebody's close to the team said that it was like borderline insulting, the things that he would say about Rudy Gobert. And I get it. Like, I think that everybody's really frustrated with how he's playing. But I think just the fact that it was also carrying over to his play style when he was on the floor with Gobert, it kind of like was just putting us more at a disadvantage than ever.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yeah, and I think getting a guy that has a positive relationship with Gobert, Mike Conley, who played with him for quite a few years, I think is a good move for us, as he knows how to play with him, how to get him open in those lob threats in different situations. And so I'm really excited to see. Now I think the next thing that's going to make this team, if it's going to be a peak team, is that Karl-Anthony Towns is going to have to prove that he is actually the greatest three-point shooting center of all time.
Yeah.
Like, if he can, I want him chucking up, like 7 threes a game kind of deal from the power forward position and spacing out that floor, because that's what we need now, because D'Angelo Russell was a three-point shooter and Mike Conley brings less three-point shooting, so the spacing of our floor gets even tighter on this Timberwolves team.
Yeah.
Karl-Anthony Towns is going to have to come in from this injury and be just a three-point sniper to really make this work. And if we want to be contenders, obviously, competing against the KDs, the Suns, the Lakers, the Warriors, those
he's definitely
great
to need
teams.
to take on more of like a D-book kind of role. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like where he's just scoring at every level. Like he's always trying to get open. He's always trying to get the ball. He's always trying to shoot it. I think he's just going to need to be the do-it-all kind of guy on offense, and then just kind of let the team, form around the defense kind of.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I think especially at the three-point line, he needs to take advantage of his size mismatches and shoot over top of players and just be an elite three-point shooting big that can go out there, get rebounds, get shot blocks and stuff like that for us on the other end. I think it should be interesting to see as this team is sort of meshing together right now, and getting Karl-Anthony Towns thrown into the mix. I hope that it can just add to this team as we're meshing.
Yeah, 100%. But of course, we do have a winner. We got El Krog over at Vic's Bar and Grill in Moorhead, taking away $368 on that minor jackpot. Nice job to you, El Krog. Definitely a really nice prize to take away on this game. But of course, talking about the Timberwolves, just hopefully Cat can be that offensive focal point along with Anthony Edwards, and it can mesh out really well, all while having Rudy Gobert on the floor at the same time. It's a lot to hope for, but I think like with the offensive potential of both of those players, I think it's something very possible.
Yeah, and we just need to see Karl-Anthony Towns turn into that. I mean, what I would love to see, but he's not going to be this, but he's going to something close to this is KD is what we want to see. Not a lot of shots, but shoots high percentage shots, shoots a high percentage from three, from inside, from the mid range, just showing off that offensive ability without having to hold the ball onto the ball for too long and getting a lot of those catch and shoots and just working the offense really, really well. I think that's where this team would be at its best if we can get Karl-Anthony Towns playing like that.
Yeah, 100%. I could definitely see that happening. But, it is going to be a little bit before we do see that. I know he's still on the road to recovery, so hopefully he gets better soon and we can start to see this team at their full potential.
Yeah, I want to look up Cat's injury.
Yeah, we looked it up a couple weeks ago and it said no timetable, but I think a couple weeks is enough to have another update, though.
Yeah, let's see if there's any new updates. Okay.
Wow. It doesn't really
looks like
it.
January 31st is still the last real update that we got from his injury, and that was saying that it's going to be sometime after the All-Star break, somewhere around there.
I guess this is probably just going week to week at this point, to be honest.
Yeah, that's really what it seems like.
Wait, when was this? Oh, this was 9 months ago.
Yeah, this looks like this is not an updated injury report on him. But, hopefully he comes back and he can play with just a really efficient offense that can aid to this team, as we need three-point shooting desperately.
Yeah, 100%. And he can definitely give that to the offense. So I'm looking forward to him coming back. But of course, we only got about 30 seconds left to get into this next game of Game Day Bingo. We got that minor, major, and mega all looking good for this next game, so definitely getting rolled, including that double must go. Definitely keep that one in mind. Very important for this next game.
What about Patrick Beverly in the buyout market? Are you interested in that?
Yeah. I think that it's like kind of a given. If he does get bought out, he'll probably come back.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I mean, I think there's going to be a few teams that will be looking at him, but we have that relationship with him. I think you'd love the team back up with Anthony Edwards, as they seem to mesh really well together.
Yeah, 100%. I think Pat Bev is definitely a dude that like wants to play winning basketball at all times.
And
so I think it's a really good influence on a younger team.
And I think he's one of those guys that he plays a style of basketball that would be great defensively, would be great to see alongside Rudy Gobert, as it's a very risk-taking, trying to get a lot of steals and stuff like that style of basketball, but you let up, drives into the basket, having Rudy Gobert in the middle to secure that middle portion. If he's able to bring that same tenacity and just like forcing steals to happen, I feel like our defense could take another step as well, as Rudy Gobert hasn't made as big of an impact as we were expecting onto our defense.
Yeah, 100%. It just hasn't been there quite yet, but it isn't all on him. I think it's definitely just been kind of weird playing around with the rosters all this year and kind of having to move around with injuries and now trading people too. It's been an interesting year for sure, but I think it's only up from here, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we're the only team doing this right now. With like most teams are having the question, can you win a championship with a star center? Like, can Nikola Jokic, can Joel Embiid win a championship as star centers, or is the league past like centers being able to win championships? And we decided to go 2 centers in our lineup, and so we're the only team doing it. So it's granted that it is going to take a while to figure out how to get this playing at its best, but I think once we do, we have so much talent on the floor that it could be very, very dynamic.
Yeah, 100%. So definitely looking forward to see the rest of this season, especially with all the other teams changing around the league too. But of course, maybe send in your most surprising take on the trade deadline, and we'd love to see and hear from you guys.
Oh, yeah.
But of course, we do have a little bit of those PGL standings to get into. These standings, it's what you guys earn points for every Tuesday and Wednesday night during those PGL specialty nights. So let's see who's been competitive in the top 10, starting it off in the player side of things. Before I get into it, though, we do have a winner.
Jerome over at Lefty's Bar and Grill, taking home a nice double Musco prize of $113.40. Not too bad for you, Jerome, as we will now be getting enrolled into a game number 9, I think it is. I think it might be game 8 or 9 is what we're getting into. So make sure you guys are getting rolled, press and play. But good job, Jerome, in this game, taking home the double Musco.
Awesome stuff. Nice job to you. But of course, in 10th place, starting off those players' standings, it is OE50 over the Stanchion Bar with 300,000 points. Actually moving in from outside of the standings, doing pretty good in the top 10. So nice job to you. But in 9th place, fallen from 7th, it was Nixon over at VFW Roseville with 317,000 points. In 8th place, coming from outside of the standings as well, it's Big Dog over at the Rustic Saloon with 317,000 points. And actually only 200 points ahead of Nixon, so they are like neck and neck right now, virtually, but not technically tied. And of course, up next in that 7th place spot, moving down from 6th, we got Bergar over at the Southtown Lanes with 330,000 points. In 6th place, moving up from 8th, it's Devoided over at the Roadside with 334,000 points. In 5th place, falling from 4th, it's Sloppy over at the Malone's Bar and Grill with 342,000 points. 4th place, moving up from 5th, it's Day's Dream over at Monty's Sports Bar with 386,000 points. 3rd place, falling from 2nd, it's Panda over at Roadside with 428,000 points. And 2nd, moving up from 3rd, taking Panda's spot, it's Scherber over at the Clubhouse at Edinburgh with 485,000 points. But sticking it out in 1st with a pretty decent lead, it's Jake over at Eagles Albert Lee with 622,000 points. Nice job to Jake and the rest of the top 10 players.
Yeah, definitely awesome stuff in those PGL standings. On to the location side of these standings, as every single location is in the 1 million point club. 10th place, moving from unranked to this spot, we got Stanchion Bar and Hamill with 1,124,000 points. 9th place is Howie Sports Bar and Grill in St. Cloud with 1,168,000 points. With 1,174,000 points in 8th place, getting bumped back from 6th, we got Cabin Bar and Nicolette. Moving up from 8th into 7th, though, we got Leo Sports Bar and Mazeppa with 1,183,000 points. With 1,266,000 points in 6th place, getting bumped back from 3rd, we got Eagles Austin. Staying in 5th place, we got American Legion Cleveland with 1,274,000 points. With 1,391,000 points in 4th place, getting bumped back from 2nd, we have the Alibi Gilbert. Moving all the way from unranked to 3rd place, the biggest riser of these standings, we get the Benton Station in Sauk Rapids with 1,414,000 points. With 1,378,000 points in 2nd place, moving up from 4th, we got PJ's Supper Club in Avon. And the number 1 location is staying put in 1st place. It is Eagles Albert Lay with 1,881,000 points.
Awesome stuff. Looking good for the top 10 players and locations. Definitely keep it up in that top 10. We do have a little bit of news to get into, but before we do, we are rolling on in this game. We got $44 on that must-go prize. Minor jackpot is at $105 and 54 balls or less to win. The major jackpot just clicked up to 51 balls or less to win, looking pretty good at $3,150. And the mega jackpot is sticking around too. It's at over $36,000 now and 48 balls or less to win. All of these looking very winnable on this game, so definitely take one of them away and try and get at those jackpots. But for that wild news, it's about the Minnesota Wild. It is not pretty good recently, to be honest. We're 27, 20, and 4 on the season. Still winning. Still, I mean, way above 500. It's not looking bad. But the Golden Knights cruised past the sputtering Wild 5-1 on Thursday night. The only highlight of the night being Kirill Kaprizov scoring on a power play for the Wild against the Vegas goalie Logan Thompson.
Yeah, not a great game. We need to be able to turn this thing around. Kirill Kaprizov can't be the only one making plays on this team, and so we just need to see a little bit more dominant play from our Minnesota Wild. We have the talent to do so. We just need to start playing just better hockey right now. Yeah. And hopefully we can start that better hockey tomorrow as our Wild are taking on the Devils at 7 p.m. Should be fun stuff. It's our second game going to be at home. And so hopefully the little home over here in XL Energy Center should be maybe a boost to our team. If you guys want to send a little bit of luck over to our Minnesota Wild, though, play the great E-Tab game, Let's Go Wild. You can see it right up here in that nice corner right there. Let's Go Wild, super fun, as you can score yourself a great jackpot in the Slap Shot bonus round.
Awesome stuff. But hey, we do have Dana over at Quinny Sports Bar and Grill in Metemity taking away $44.70 on the Must Go. Nice job to you, Dana. But of course, we were talking about the Minnesota Wild, and definitely try out that E-Tab game. It's a lot of fun. But we do have a little bit of a fishing report to get into, and this is coming from the Lake of the Woods. It's by Low Tourism. It's on February 8th, 2023, so updated very recently. The resorts and rental operators continue to expand fishing territory on the south end of Lake of the Woods. The effort to connect ice roads and ice track machine trails with schools of walleyes and sauger have some ice roads extending as far as 24 miles into the lake's midsection. The weather has presented anglers with a good news, bad news type of scenario. The most recent sub-zero cold snap is good news in terms of extending the ice season, hopefully well into March. But bad news is that it was tough on the bite. Once the weather started warming up, so did the bite, and it is good now. So
yeah,
looking pretty good.
That's awesome stuff. Well, I know whenever you guys are catching some big fish, you like to take photos of it. We like to see the same thing when you guys are taking home some jackpots. We have a great player picture that was just sent to us yesterday of Jake and Ozzy. Oh, it looks like it's not letting me pull it up. Dang it. Well, Jake and Ozzy, I can't pull you up right now. I didn't want to pull up. It was a really, really fun one. Jake and Ozzy, they were playing together, won their first jackpot as it was, I don't know which one's Jake, which one's Ozzy, but it's a dad and son. It looked like playing together, and they won a really nice prize over at TB3s was where they ended up taking home that prize. Good job, Jake and Ozzy. We wish we could have highlighted you in this enrolling screen, but we can highlight these guys right here as they always are in our enrolling screen. And you guys can get joined up if you send in those player pictures by direct messaging us on Facebook, by emailing them to jackpots@pilotgames.com, or just post them onto any of your social media with the hashtag PilotGames.
Awesome stuff. Then we do that. Check us out on all of those places. But we do have a little bit of Minnesota Vikings news to get into. And I'm sure everybody knows by now, but Justin Jefferson was named the 2022 Offensive Player of the Year on Thursday evening at this season's annual NFL Honors Ceremony. He had a little quote and a little speech when he got the reward. First and foremost, I've got to thank the man upstairs. Without him, none of this would be possible. The amount of blessings he's been giving me my whole career has been amazing. Secondly, I've got to thank my parents. Y'all made me the man I am today. I appreciate you all so much. My brothers, you too, made me who I am. Jefferson said after picking up the award. In addition to his Offensive Player of the Year award, the Vikings wide receiver was also the recipient of the Next Gen Stats Moment of the Year for his insane 4th and 18 catch in Minnesota's Week 10 win over the Buffalo Bills. But he said,
This is the reason I put the original speech, because I didn't really care about what he said in the original one, but I think it's funny that he had to do a second speech.
Yeah. He said, I didn't prepare for his second speech, but thank you to the Vikings, Jefferson said. Thank you to Kevin O'Connell for all the things that you've been doing for the team, and myself, Kirk Cousins, and then also Kirk Cousins for throwing me the amazing passes he's been throwing me since I got into the league. I appreciate the fans for voting me for this award.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious. He wasn't prepared at all for a second speech.
Isn't this the first award ceremony we've had with like these fan votes, like these certain fan voted categories? Because I don't think we had Play of the Year last year. But as you're checking in on that, we do have balls rolling around on this game. Things are looking good. We got that must go at $37.30. That minor jackpot is at $151 and 56 balls or less to win. That major jackpot is at $3,189 and 51 balls or less to win. And that mega jackpot is at $36,130 in 48 balls or less to win. So awesome stuff.
Yeah, it looks like it's hard to find whichever one it is. But yeah, it was definitely awesome to see Justin Jefferson win Offensive Player of the Year. I thought he was the only one that deserved it, since, the quarterbacks are the only ones that can compete for the MVP trophy. So might as well give it to the, best skilled player on an offense. And Justin Jefferson was definitely the best skilled player in all of NFL this past year. And it was awesome to watch as a Vikings fan. And we think he definitely deserved that. And then also, Play of the Year was much deserved too, as that was one of the most insane catches I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, 100%. I think it might just be the best catch I've ever seen, to be honest.
Yeah, it's up there with some of the most crazy acrobatic catches I've ever seen.
Because there are a couple other arguments, I feel like. But before we get into it, though, we do have I Am Good over at Scar to Spar, taking away the must go at $37.30. Nice job to you. I am good. But yeah, there's a couple other contenders. Like, obviously, the Odell catch is really good. Because that was for a touchdown, too, so that was crazy. Whatchamacallit, the Julian Edelman catch was crazy, too.
Where he bounced off the leg and everything in the Super Bowl. Insane one.
Yeah, that was really insane. And there's been a couple other catches I've seen, too. Like, a couple Randy Moss, Mosses, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But other than that, it's only a handful, that I can put on the same level.
Yeah, I feel like you go through difficulty of catch. There's a few guys that can compete for it. There's a few when you talk about situational, what is the biggest situational, crazy catch you've ever seen. You combine the two together, and I feel like that's Justin Jefferson's catches. It was insanely acrobatic, leaning back, catching it with 3 players surrounding him. Absolutely insane. And then for it to be on 4th and 18 in a game that they ended up beating the Buffalo Bills, which was one of the top 2 ranked teams in the NFL at the time, was just absolutely crazy play by Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, he had quite a few different incredible catches in that game.
Yeah.
So
Do you see
really cool.
Kirk Cousins singing with Kelly Clarkson?
Yeah,
I thought that was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, that was really funny
He
stuff.
can hold a tune.
No, he can't. He can't do it.
Kelly Clarkson, I think, gassed him up a little bit more than he deserved. But he can carry a tune, which, I guess that's saying something.
Counts for something,
yeah, as someone who is elite in, being an NFL player, you have to be in, the 0.01% of humans. And so for him to be able to just carry a tune, I guess it's cool that he has multiple skills.
Yeah, 100%. But, of course, you guys know we've teamed up with the Minnesota Vikings for that tab game Vikings victory. You can pick out a letter in that skull bonus, win some big prizes. Definitely check it out. Let us know what you think, and even let us know what you think about that Offensive Player of the Year award. Looking pretty good for Justin Jefferson and the Vikings.
For sure. We do have some fun celebrity birthdays on this list, and we'll just go over some of the big ones as you guys are getting enrolled into a game number 11 of Game Day Bingo. Game number 11 of Game Day Bingo. We only have 2 more opportunities to give out some of these great prizes. But some of these great celebrity birthdays I feel like we'll want to talk about a little bit longer. First one up, this one's a fun one. 1967, Laura Dern. And an actress, she's a part of the entire Jurassic Park series. She's also in The Mask, Smooth Talk, and lots of others. Laura Dern, especially for her Jurassic Park role, is just iconic for me in my childhood.
Yeah, 100%. Super, super cool stuff with Laura Dern. She's been in a couple other things later in her career, too. But yeah, really, really cool stuff. Well, it looks like she was in the new Little Women movie, too. That was very popular.
Oh, okay. Big Little Lies.
Oh,
I know that's a big-time show.
She was in The Marriage Story.
Oh.
That was a pretty big movie, too. That won a lot of awards.
Fault in Our Stars. She was in that one. I did not.
Oh, she was. I forgot she was in October Sky.
She is.
Yeah,
she totally is.
She wasn't the mom. She was the teacher.
Yes, exactly. Cold Pursuit with Liam Neeson.
She was in The Founder.
The Founder. Oh, I don't think I've ever watched that one.
Oh, I watched it like so many times in school. I watched it like 2 or 3 different times, yeah.
That's awesome. Well, do you have a favorite movie from the Jurassic Park movies, I should say?
Oh, definitely the first one, yeah.
Yeah, the original one is just so good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I'll go with any Jurassic Park movie over any of the World ones.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the World ones. I like the original World one. I thought that one was cool, especially with them like genetically modifying the T-Rex into something that's like an unstoppable weapon was sick to watch.
Yeah, I thought it was a good release. I definitely like that they like kind of revived the series a little bit, but I think everything after that was kind of a miss, to be honest.
Yeah, it felt like it was too much trying to
especially
play.
This last one. That was really crazy.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know. I felt like it was like just a little forced at that point.
Yeah.
But like it was still fun, and I feel like kids still liked it a lot. You know what I mean? Which is kind of what matters. For these movies.
It definitely does matter in that way. But yeah, I probably go with Jurassic Park 1 or 2 as my favorites. Which one has the kitchen raptor scene?
I think the first one.
The first one, whichever one has that scene is my favorite.
Oh, it could be the second one.
I think it might be the second.
The second one had the parachute guy scene too, didn't it? Yeah. I forget. I think it was the first one. I think it was the first one. Because I think the first one. Yeah, it was.
Yes, it is in the original.
But before we go further, I think there was another one where they were in a compound and it was like raptors everywhere.
Yeah, it was something similar.
We do have Sue over at Jimmy's Poorhouse taking away $39.50 on that last one, sending the minor jackpot into the last game with 60 balls or less to go. So definitely try and get a chance at this last game of Lunch Hour Bingo. And then we'll be getting into our second chance of Lucky for Bingo. And then after that, we'll have a few more hours of Game Day Bingo to get into, so don't fret yet. But we do have some more celebrity birthdays to get into, and this next one up in 1974, Elizabeth Banks was born. She's an American actress. She was in The 40-Year-Old Virgin with Steve Carell as an iconic comedy, and she was also in Man on a Ledge.
Yeah, she's in a lot of different things. She was a big SNL person, wasn't she?
No, I don't think she was SNL. I think she's been on SNL, though.
Yeah, I feel like she did do a lot of things. She is known as an actress, filmmaker. She's known for playing Effie Trinket in the Hunger Game film series, and Gail Abernathy McCadden in Pitch Perfect film series.
Okay, so she was really famous for Pitch Perfect. She was in Spider-Man as well. I think.
Yes.
Wasn't she Gwen Stacy in Spider-Man?
No, that was it might have. Yeah.
No, she was Betty Brant. I think that's somebody else.
I think that was she was one of the news reporters with Toby.
Oh, she didn't. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was a different one.
Yes.
But yeah, Gwen Stacy was different. Yeah.
Yes. That was actually another big time actress.
She was in the second one.
Yes. Let's look at the second.
Yeah, I wonder who did play Gwen Stacy. Now that I think about it. Let's take a look. It was not Kirsten Dunst. She was Mary Jane. Where is she?
Let's go
What was
third.
her name? Just Betty Brant? What was her name? Not. It could have been just Betty Brant, to be honest.
It's
Oh,
Dallas.
no.
It's Dallas
Oh, it was
Howard
that lady.
from
I forgot
from
about that.
Jurassic World.
Yeah,
Bryce Dallas Howard. She
For
plays.
some reason, I thought she was in the second one, but the second one was with Doc Ock.
Yes.
So she was not.
Yeah, yeah. The third one with Venom is the one that she's in. But yeah, she did a good job as Gwen Stacy in that
100%.
film. But happy birthday, Elizabeth Banks, a big time actress that's been in so many different comedy films and different things like that.
100%. But this next one is really cool. It's in 1981. Stephanie Beatrice. She's an Argentinian American actress known for being in Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Encanto. And I think she's the tough
Yes.
chick, right?
Yes, she
yeah,
is.
she's awesome. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, yeah, she's
I know,
great.
yeah. I remember the first time I watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I actually had a little crush on her.
Yeah.
I was like a young little teen crush on her. I don't know why. It wasn't like I found her crazy attractive, but it was just her personality. It was it was
100%,
awesome.
yeah.
But she's also in BoJack Horseman, Modern Family, Jessie, Lego Movie, lots of different things. She's just a big time actress.
Yeah, really cool
I
stuff.
really know her for her role in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, and I think she had a lot of voicing roles with. I've definitely heard her in BoJack Horseman. I think she was the muscle lady in Encanto, and she was also in that Lego movie. And I forget who she played in that one though.
She plays Maribel.
Was she the main
Yeah,
person?
she's the main girl in
Wow.
in Encanto.
That's funny. That's
Yeah,
really funny.
really, really talented actress.
Yeah.
Super fun stuff. I wish I could see her in more stuff.
Yeah, she can sing pretty well. I gotta hand it to her.
Yeah,
That's
happy
cool.
birthday, Stephanie Beatrice. Next up, born in 1982, we got Justin Gatlin, an American sprinter, won the Olympic gold in the 100 meter in 2004. And if it wasn't for Usain Bolt, he would have won probably quite a few more.
Yeah, 100%. Just competing at the same time as the Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
of,
it just it stinks for him as
Yeah.
he just. I wonder how many silvers he's won.
Well, probably a ton, dude. Oh my goodness.
Because he's been in the Olympics for a long. He has 2 silver
Two
medals.
silvers, okay.
In that, and so 1 gold, 2 silvers. He'd probably have 3 golds if he didn't have to compete against
Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt, which is absolutely insane.
Oh wow, he even won his gold by .01 seconds.
Wow,
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Super, super impressive. He actually competed in the World Championship in 2019 at the age of 37 years
Wow.
old. Was still so fast for so long.
Wow, 100%. That is really, really crazy.
No, he was
stuff.
just a top competitor for a really, really long time.
Yeah.
2004 Olympic champion in the 100 meter, 2005 and 2017 world champion in the 100 meter, the 2005 world champion in the 200 meter, and the 2019 world champion in the 4x100 meter.
It's awesome stuff. Very happy birthday to Justin Gatlin. But we do have a couple winners. We got Rin over at Frank's Bar and Stan over at TB3s. Both of them splitting up $267. Nice job to the two of you taking away that prize on the very last game. But we do have a great player spotlight to get into because this week it was none other than Coors over at the Well, taking home the biggest jackpot of this past weekend, over $7,473. When they won that jackpot, they were supporting a great charity, the Coon Rapids Cardinal Little League. Their mission statement is that they are a community league that believes in not only having fun while playing baseball, but taking steps to create a stronger, safer, and healthier community. And of course, that always brings us right back around whenever you guys play Pilot games, your community wins. Have a nice day. We'll see you guys later.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
Saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson! Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot games. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, you know, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It's awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
we're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson! Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top.
I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot games. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It's awesome.
Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days! Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson! Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot kicks. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It's awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Bye.